Hi, TikTok fam. It's Dr. Janelle, and these are your daily vibes for May 13th, 2025. So today the moon moves from Scorpio and the full moon into the beginnings of Sagittarius. This is going to make us feel more energy in our hips and our sacral. So you may be feeling like you need to move, stretch, and you may be feeling extremely emotional from that full moon and feeling like past trauma or tightness or emotions stored in your hips. So today, stretch your hips, move your hips, dance, twerk, get that energy moving in your sacral. So for your mindful movement today, you can engage in physical activity that expands your horizons, helps you see the bigger picture. Consider a brisk walk in nature, yoga flow, hip openers, and anything that gets your heart racing and your mind expanding. So now we're going to talk about our nutrition. And today I made a lovely blueberry spirulina smoothie. Earlier today, I did a protein shake with one shot of espresso and some kind of protein drink. I didn't finish it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a coffee person, but it was a good pick me up for my activities today. But I took the leftover as the base and I added blueberries, frozen blueberries, wild blueberries, and spirulina. Now that combination is extremely amazing for pulling out heavy metals and detoxifying. So again, think about we've just had this expanded energetic state, all these emotions, all this stuff running through our solar plexus and sacral. Now it's time to purge and bind all of those feelings, emotions, and actual toxins that get caught up in our energy system and our nervous system and our body and fascia system. And I don't know what it is about blueberries, but they just make people glow. They're so resilient. They help with your emotions. Foods help balance out your hormones and your emotions. And so I've, personally tried to stay away from smoothies simply because it's cold and I try to treat it like a treat or have it midday when my body is more warmed up. So if you have digestive issues, a ton of smoothies is not going to be the best for you. But they're very nutritious and you can add a lot of superfoods into them like maca, goji berries, cacao nibs. And the one I did, I added cacao nibs for some grounding and some rose essence, rose powder, edible rose powder for heart opening, and the spirulina, and of course blueberries and banana. So if you want to get the smoothie recipe, it's going to be in the bio. Um, or you can join the email list. I'll have it sent to you. And then just add everything to a blender. Add what you like, but basically the spirulina and the blueberries are just pure magic. So definitely combine those, okay? Okay, so our journal prompt for today, and you guys, the journal entries don't have to be long. It can literally be a few sentences. You can also just doodle or freeform, like think of the idea and see what shapes, colors, emotions come out. Okay. But today we're going to work on what beliefs or perspectives we're still ready to release. So there's a lot of releasing. This is going to be a whole probably month of releasing after this really powerful portal we just went through. So continue to write down what beliefs and perspectives are ready to shift, and anything that's kind of hidden or out of your perspective about yourself, your environment, or people that are in your life or currently leaving your life. All right. For your evening ritual, we're gonna do a white candle. White represents purity, but it's also can be very calming. So as we've evolved as humans, when the sun begins to set, it releases a certain wavelength that helps our brain get ready for bed. During the full moons, we can get muscle cramps, we can get anxiety, we can get a lot of mental health, racing thoughts. So it's important to ground. Not all of us have the time or the energy or the support to be in nature and ground. You have families, you have kids, you have works, you have schedules. So a really easy way is to get a simple unscented white candle or something that has a very organic scent. Candles are not always good for health, especially if you have mold issues or respiratory issues. But if you feel drawn to this practice, it can be really helpful. So get a very eco-friendly soy wax or beeswax white candle, simple, and you're going to light it and you're going to watch the flame with your eyes. This is going to help you release the chemicals in your brain that tells you the sun is setting. that tells you it's time to get ready for bed. And this goes back to our primal ritual of at the end of the evening telling stories and gathering around the fire as humans. So if there's someone you love or your family or a pet, take this time, light a candle, turn down the lights, and tell them a beautiful story. It was going to help your nervous system and it's going to help you relax for the evening, okay? And then if you saw my earlier video, I do a lot of red light therapy. This little cheap little one though, the one I showed you earlier was expensive. This one is cheap, but it works. Okay. So I like to take whatever syrup I have, and sometimes I keep this in my car or my purse, but just put them all over. This is actually in the TikTok shop, so you can find it there. But if you look, it has blue light, green light, and red light. And what I like about this too is it's going to massage the fluid. So if you're someone that has lymph issues or you're just a millennial like me, you're just older, you need to move your lymph. Everyone needs to move their lymph, but especially as you get older, that's what's going to give you the saggy thing. Okay. So this is really good and it massages. And also, if you get sinus pressure, it's almost like a little massage wand underneath there. Okay. And so when you do it, contour it to your face. Okay, like that. Okay. And then get that jawline there. Okay. So it's some of the videos where my face looks more snatched. I've probably I've probably done this and really worked through the fluid, okay? You can also use gua sha tool, but I love the vibration, the massaging, and it's really good. And you can even do it behind the ear. That's where a lot of lymph pulls up. Okay. But if you're getting a lot of swelling and stuff behind your ear, chiropractic wise, you probably need an adjustment, and also you're probably fighting some kind of infection. So make sure you're getting your teeth checked, and make sure you are checking your ears and doing good oral hygiene as well. And also making sure your white blood cells that you're not fighting an infection or have a sore throat or ear infection. That can also cause a lot of pain and discomfort and swelling, not just tight muscles. All right, guys, I hope that's helpful and I hope you're liking the daily vibes. Um, let's see, tomorrow we're going to do more exciting things. And yeah, this has really been fun and exciting. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for today. I am wishing you a very beautiful and expansive day under this Sagittarius moon. Take care. Love you. Bye. See you next time.